What up YouTube, Doomnyc here with sort of like an instructional video, not really. This is basically on how to prepare for Dark World. So it's Sunday night, Dark World comes out on Tuesday, so we have less than 2 days before Dark World's hit the scene. Now, I know everybody's been talking about it and you've been hearing about it all over, and some people are probably like, they can't wait to play it like me. Other people are probably like, oh, it's no big deal, they're still gonna suck or whatever. That's not true. If you guys have actually like seen these cards in action, you know they don't suck. They're good. They're really good. So you have to you gotta be prepared. So first, let's start off with what you can side deck or whatever to prepare. So we're gonna start off first. DD Crow. This is pretty obvious, I think. As soon as they ditch that Grapha, I mean, they're going to be able to destroy a card on the field, but at least you can, remove the Grapha from play before it hits the field, because once that card hits the field, it's going to be a problem. So, DD Crow, and then of course with their field spell, it requires them to remove fiends, so, DD Crow can just help you clear their graveyard out. It's really, it's going to be incredible. Effect Veiler. This is one of those cards, obviously, that's good in like almost every deck. But especially, Dark Worlds are already really, really good. They're already winning tournaments in Japan, and they don't even have Tour Guide. We have Tour Guide here, which means Dark World's going to be even worse on this side. It's going to be way better. Now more than ever, it's more important that you Veiler that first turn Tour Guide. You have to. If you want to survive the match, because now Tour Guide into Levier or Leviathan, and then you've thrown a fiend into the grave for the field card. It's just way too many combos. You gotta Effect Veiler that Tour Guide. So this is gonna be huge. Now, Maxi. This is one of those cards too where you can get a couple pluses, especially off the Tour Guide play, and this is like one of those ways, especially when they play that drag down to the grave, you're going to want to at least maybe have a lot of cards in your hand so that there's more than one problem for them to worry about. Because if you have 2 cards in your hand and only one of them's a problem, that's easy. They're just going to toss that one. Maxi at least will help you get pluses, keep you in the game. So it's another good card. Banisher. I feel a lot of people are going to be siding this in, especially because they just want everything to be removed. So no ditching allowed, no removing cards for the field spell, none of that. Banisher's just throwing everything away. So this is pretty decent. It's a good side deck choice. For spells, I mean, it's pretty obvious that you're going to want to play Defissure. Again, another just remove from play card or banish. This is pretty obvious. Zombie World. Now, any field spell, to counter their field spell is obviously going to be good because they aren't going to be able to do their plays. But again, this card, also makes all the monsters in the graveyard zombies, and only zombie monsters can be tributed. It kind of messes them up a little bit. So, and especially if you don't play a deck that needs to tribute monsters, they don't either. Although Grapha could be tribute, but they don't do that. Yeah, so any field spell is really going to be good against them. So you definitely, you could even side Close Forest. Unfortunately, I don't have a copy of that. So we go into the traps. Obvious choice, Shadow Imprisoning, negates any dark monster in the field or in the grave. So that pretty much knocks them out right there. So this is the card I think most people are going to side against Dark World. Obviously Macrocosmos. This is a pretty obvious. People are going to side this with the Defissures maybe, or maybe just Defissure. It doesn't really matter as long as you have remove from play stuff. It's another option. And last card, Crevice into the different dimension. If they go Tour Guide, they dump that Tour Guide. Then they do like a Dark World Dealings to dump a Grapha kind of thing. and then you have this on the field. You can just chain, remove, and then that's it. You know, like 1, 2, 3. Crevice might come back into people's side decks. It should, especially because Dark World is just going to be that much of a problem. So pretty much, these are all the cards that I have right now on how to, you know, stop Dark Worlds, but not really stop, but just mainly like side deck options. So keep this in mind, because come Tuesday, Dark Worlds are going to be everywhere. If you're like me, you're going to be I already have my deck list already set, so be sure to check out that video. But that's about it. So yeah, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and until next time, YouTube, peace.